Okay, we are live. Welcome to Getting Real. I am your host, Monick Halm, and today we're going to talk about how to think bigger, really multiplying your wealth, and with a focus on women entrepreneurs. As women entrepreneurs, we know what it is like to hustle, take risks, and build something meaningful. But what if I told you that there is a way to multiply your income and create lasting wealth beyond your business? Why real estate investing is the ultimate wealth building tool for women entrepreneurs. Today, we're going to talk about how thinking bigger can unlock what you've been working so hard to create. And if you want to go deeper, I'm going to invite you to join me tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern, for a free masterclass I am hosting called Multiply Your Wealth. So, real estate investing for women, entrepreneurs, and professionals. If you're ready to expand your wealth, create financial independence, register now. And it's at tinyurl.com/REIG dash multiply dash wealth. I put that into the comments. All right. Okay, let me grab my notes for this. Okay, let's talk about this. First, let's talk about why real estate investing is perfect for women entrepreneurs. As entrepreneurs, our businesses can feel like our lifeline, but depending on only one source of income is risky. Right? And a lot of us are taught that we should just have one source of income. We're taught that's either our job or our business. And I like to think of real estate or financial security as a table, and every income stream is a leg of your table. Most of us are taught that, we put one leg, one good, solid, nice, thick leg, as thick and solid as we can, but we only have that one leg under our table. Now, what happens if something happens to us, right? Our our leg falls apart, our table comes crashing down. Now, I was hearing this woman entrepreneur say, yeah, but I have like three side hustles. I have this business I'm doing, plus this one, plus that one. And yeah, having three legs is good, right? That's better. If one thing doesn't work out, you have the other ones. However, if they're all reliant on you, then if you're unable to work for whatever reason, then again, your table comes crashing down. So we want multiple streams of income, multiple legs under our table, mostly passive. So they'll keep working for us even if we're not working it. And that creates a lot more security, a lot more stability. And that through that passive income, which will free you from your constant grind. A lot of us go into into entrepreneurship wanting that freedom, but we end up working a lot more than even before we just had a job. And what real estate investing, creating those passive income streams, what that can do is that can give you that freedom because it will divorce you and your labor from your money. And ultimately, that's what you want to do. We love our businesses, so it's not to be able to quit our business and live our passion unless we're passionate about something else. But it just gives you that freedom and that peace. Also, especially when we go through that feast or famine cycle of business, this is what will help you. So, it's important to protect what you've built. You've probably poured your heart, your soul, your blood, sweat, and tears into building your business. And having that real estate, that stability, those extra legs under your table will help ensure that your wealth will grow beyond it. So you have something to fall back on if anything changes in your life or if the market changes. And it can give you long-term security. So just imagine this. Imagine waking up every day knowing your financial future is secure, knowing all your bills are paid just through passive income, no matter what happens in your business. Real estate can help give you that peace of mind. And that's what we want for you. So it's important that you break free from limiting beliefs as women entrepreneurs. And here, what are some of the limiting beliefs that are super common? So, one is I don't have the money, or I don't have the resources to invest. So, that might be I don't have the money to invest. I don't have the time to invest. There are basically five resources that you need as a real estate investor. You need money, you need time, you need relationships. It is a relationship business. You need education, and you need experience, right? All of those things are important for real estate. However, they don't all need to come from you. That is the beautiful thing, right? You can use OPM, other people's money, OPT, other people's time, tap into other people through relationships, tap in, well, you're going to need an education. You're going to need to know, but you can tap into like the deep knowing of others that you partner with as well. Um, and then you're going to need the experience of others. You can partner with all of those things. There is no resources are never the problem. The issue is always a lack of resourcefulness. But often that lack of resourcefulness just comes from a lack of education, of knowing, what to do. Oftentimes we don't know what to do. We don't know what we don't know. And so the education piece was really important, but you don't need to have necessarily all the money, all the time, all of anything in order to get this done, right? So it's really important to know that. And as entrepreneurs, we often have to be super resourceful and scrappy. So we're actually very well built for this. Um, Another truth about abundance is that we as women are often natural multitaskers, problem solvers, and community builders. And these are strengths that help make us uniquely equipped to thrive in real estate. Um, there are studies that have shown that when women are investing, their results are usually about 30% better than men's. So we're actually super great at investing. However, we often aren't allowing ourselves to get into the game because we have more fear. So, but once we get in, we do super well. So, part of my mission purpose is to help you get over that fear so you get in the game. So you have that security, you have that freedom that you desire. So let's talk about how real estate can transform your finances and your life. So one is passive income, right? That's as opposed to active income where you're trading your time for money. If you have a client and they're paying you for your time, right? Or right, you have a job, you're being paid for that. Passive income happens without you, right? Or you'll do some work to set it up at the front end, and then you get recurring income. With real estate, once you put in a tenant and they pay rent after expenses, what you have left over is passive cash flow. And that will come generally every month, whether you are working your business or on vacation or sleeping, right? It just comes. And that is what gets you free, right? When you do not have to trade your time for money. So imagine your real estate investments generating income while you focus on scaling your business or taking a much needed break. That is what I want for you. Um, Bob Proctor had this saying, you want to have, and I'm not there yet. This is my goal. Have so much passive income. You have more money coming in while you're asleep than you could ever spend while you're awake. That is a good goal, right? More money coming in while you sleep than you could ever spend while you're awake. This is passive income. Now, another way that you can use this to transform your finances in your life is you as businesswomen have these business skills that you can use, right? You are so well equipped. You've been practicing all these super valuable skills in business that will help you with real estate investing because guess what? Real estate investing is a business. It's a business. There are different types of real estate businesses. You have apartments, it's a rental housing business. It's a farming business, or it's a self-storage business, or whatever kind of real estate you're doing. It is business, and those same skills that you are using in your current business can be used for the real estate business, right? Negotiating deals. If you have to negotiate, this is a really valuable skill. Managing teams, solving problems. Everything that you are doing as an entrepreneur, you can apply to your real estate business, your real estate investing. You are already equipped, so well equipped for success, right? And then help you create a legacy. What if you could create something that not only supports you, but also builds generational wealth for your family? For millennia, real estate has been the main way that wealth has been generated, created, and passed on from generation to generation. Millennia, right? And it's not changing now. AI is not going to get away. It's not going to destroy our need to have a roof over our heads and places to live and work and just roam, right? It's not going to get rid of Earth. So there's nothing. Real estate is the most fundamental thing that we need, and it has value. And this is such a wonderful way that you can leave a legacy for those who come after you. My vision is to have, this it's like the family castle, or this large estate, and you walk in and there's this enormous fireplace, and above the fireplace is this enormous portrait of me and my husband. And the vision is that my great 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 grandchildren will be coming into this family this family home, is this ancient family home, and say, look, that was great 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 grandmother Monique, and she created this. And not only that did she create this, but she taught her daughters and son, and they taught their kids, and they taught their kids, and they taught their kids. And I'm learning this too today. And so not only did she build this, but we've each generation have added to it from what we learned. That's like my vision, right? And that's what I hope for you too, that you can create a legacy that supports generational wealth and knowledge, and not just giving them the fish, right? But really teaching them how to fish, giving them something way more valuable and long lasting than fish, giving them property. So this is the desire. So what are some practical steps to start thinking bigger? Right? One thing is, even though you can think bigger and imagine in the long term, right? So I have this huge vision, right? That will like multi generational wealth, um, passive income that is more than I could ever spend while I'm awake. Um, you don't start there, right? You have to start small. You start small and you scale smart. That's the first step. Start small, scale smart. You don't have to start with a big, huge deal. You can begin with one simple little property. You can begin with a piece of a syndication. And then you use your business skills to scale strategically. Use your business skills, and you use what you're taught. How do you scale? But we start small, right? How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? No, that's the first step. Second is that you want to leverage your resources. You want to tap into the entrepreneurial network, partnerships, creative financing to make deals happen. Learn how to do that. And then shift your mindset. Think beyond just making ends meet. Right? Start visualizing a future where your wealth grows with you. Like begin to think really, really broadly. In tonight's webinar that I'm doing, which is Multiply Your Wealth, it's a free webinar. I put the link in the chat for tinyurl.com/RIG dash multiply dash wealth, and I will put that in there one more time again. It's a free webinar, and one of the things that we are going to be doing is, oh, sorry, I'm trying to copy this link again. And then I see that there's a question in the chat about what's the solution. And I don't know what, if you can elaborate on that, Jay. I'm not sure what the question is exactly that you were asking me, but if you can elaborate on that, then I will answer that. Okay, so I put that in there again today. So in this evening's webinar, we're going to be talking about really going more into depth about the specific mindset shifts that it can make, what are a little more about how we as entrepreneurs are really well equipped, the three specific entrepreneurial advantages that we have. And let's see what else we're going to be talking about. How to say the entrepreneurial mindset that will give you an edge in real estate, the three biggest advantages entrepreneurs have in real estate, how you leverage them, how you create passive income, reduce risk, live life on your terms, and we'll give you some more actionable strategies to start investing today. So that's what we're going to be focusing on tonight. So I hope you join me. It is there's no cost to join. Okay. All right. And let me see what else that I wanted to share with you. Okay, here's the question. How do we get started in creating wealth in real estate? That is a perfect question. And come join us tonight and we'll talk about that. We'll talk more about it, but I'll give you the Cliff Notes version today, right? So first is you want to I have a wealthy formula that each letter stands for a part of the foundational principles that are important for us to invest as women. And I'll go briefly through it, but understanding that wealthy formula is basically how, what you need to get started. The W has to do with womanly, right? So as a woman, we are not just smaller, less hairy men, right? Our chromosomes are different, our brains are wired differently, and those differences, those genetic biological differences, affect a lot of things. We're not just that we can create life in our bodies, but also that we approach money and investing differently. Those differences affect how we deal with stress, they affect how we learn, and they affect how we invest and how we deal with money. They're very real differences. So part of the, being able to do this as a woman is understanding how, what does that mean, and what's the, I have a goddess secret sauce that I talk about and I teach that can help us to really tap into our feminine so we can do this process with ease, grace, and flow as women. So that's the W part. All the other parts apply to, either sex. E has to do with education, because real estate investing is probably the most expensive thing you will ever invest in your life. You want to avoid making mistakes. Mistakes are costly, and education is a way to avoid that mistake. You can, I think it's very smart to learn from your own mistakes. I think it's genius to learn from other people's mistakes and avoid those costly mistakes. Education can help you just collapse time frames and then avoid those mistakes. Also, you don't know what you don't know until you learn it. Once I started to get an education in real estate, and I started to invest in real estate before I got an education. Really, I mean, I got in a book or something. I I can't tell you how much money I lost and left on the table because I didn't know better, and how many mistakes I've made. So it's really important that you get that education. Warren Buffett says the greatest investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you earn, the more you learn, the more you'll earn. And that is very true. So E is education. A is assets. So that has to do with asset asset types, the different types of things you can invest in, because it's not just single family homes or apartments. There's land, there's industrial, there's um, hotels, and there's a basically, if you can walk in it, walk in it, on it, under it, use it, you can buy it and own it. Not just that, but you can own how banks, you can own the mortgage, the note on homes. You can invest in tax liens, and there's a lot of different ways that you can invest in a lot of different assets, right? And then so there's the assets, and then there's the strategies for investing in those. So one is to buy it outright, but you can hold there are a lot of different strategies, wholesaling and turnkey. And so understanding the universe of what is out there and what is possible for you is very important. Um, and then the last part of assets is asset protection, because what matters in real estate is not just what you make, but it's what you get to keep. And especially in the US, is a super litigious, and taxes, right? So it's part of investing is learning how to purchase and how to structure and how to protect it, so you get to keep more of you get to keep your properties and more of what you make. L has to do with location. There's a saying in real estate: what are the top 3 rules of location? What are the top most important things about real estate investing? 1, location. 2, location. 3, location. The location really matters. So it's important to know what are and there's 7 factors that I look at for deciding, is this a good location to invest in? And that it'll vary a little bit depending on the type of real estate that you're doing. But, generally, for example, if you are a landlord, it's usually better to be someplace that's more landlord friendly than tenant friendly. Great if you're a tenant, not some places that are so tenant friendly, it can be very tough for landlords. If you want to be someplace where people are coming and not going, you don't want to invest in that one factory town, and then the factory closes down, and then what happens to the town, right? It dies, and so does your property values with it. So location is really important. The next letter is T, and that has to do with your team, because real estate investing is a relationship business. It is a team sport. You need a team. We don't do this alone. And your team will vary depending on what kind of real estate you're doing, but generally you're going to need an agent and insurance and a lender and maybe a contractor and handyman and property managers. And there's a wide team that you need. So understanding who you need and how to vet them, because your team will make or break your deal. So that's T. H is how you pay. I had to massage that one to make it work with the word, but how you pay, how you fund and finance. So I'm having a 3-day event, December 5th through 7th, which I invite you to come to. Invest Like a Woman. There, I'm gonna talk about 15 different ways to fund or finance your deal. There are a lot of different ways that you can do this. A lot more than just getting a conventional loan from a bank, or having to pay all cash, or not limited to your own capital and credit. There's a lot of different ways that you can invest in real estate. Most of which tap into OPM, other people's money. So how you pay. And then the why is you, because real estate is not one size fits all. Hopefully that's something you've understood just in hearing all the variety of different things to think about. So how do you make a plan that makes sense for you? Based off of what your goals are, based off of what your current resources are, based off of how you want to play in this game, right? So there's a lot of different ways we can play, and there is a way for every woman, every goddess to play in real estate and to build wealth here. And so it's just figuring out how does that work best for you. So that is understanding, that is how you get started, right? So just, having enough of that understanding so that you can create a plan and then know what's the next step and what's the next step and what's the next step. You are not going to know all of it. I don't know all of it. Nobody knows all of it. But you just need to know enough to take the next right step, and and hopefully avoid costly mistakes. So hopefully that answered your question, Jay. And we are, oh, good. Joining tonight. Great. Look forward to seeing you there. Now we're going to end with our famed end of show Trinity, which is a brag, a gratitude, and desire. Please, I'd love for you to put in the chat your own Trinity. What are you bragging about? What are you celebrating? And I am going to brag that I've been doing daily fun. So before a milestone birthday, October 1st, I said I would do 50 days of fun, and I did 50 days. And it was so good for me because not only did I have fun every day, and I just pushed myself to have, to do something fun, a little bit outside of my comfort zone of fun and pleasure. Then it was so good. I thought, I'm going to do a year of this. And yesterday was day 100 of fun. Every day for 100 straight days, I have done something fun, and it's varied from just like walking around wearing a uniform costume to I went skinny dipping once. I had a variety of different travels. I've just like gone to parties, hung out with friends, and there's been a lot of things, and it's just added silliness and play and just helped me to fall just madly in love with my life. It's been such a great phase. So I brag that. And I am grateful for this for real estate. I'm really grateful to have found it. It was not something that I was taught as a kid. It's like my parents were definitely not investors. And I am so grateful that I just fell into it because it's been life-changing. And I desire for every woman and every woman entrepreneur to see real estate as a way to build wealth. My desire, my big, hairy, audacious goal is to help 1 million women create financial freedom through real estate investing. So that is my desire. And I desire to see you tonight at the event, at the masterclass. So those are my desires, and I'd love to hear your brags, your gratitudes, your desires, and I just want to thank you again. So to recap, real estate is more than just an investment. It's a way to create financial freedom, to protect what you've built, and to live the life you've dreamed of as an entrepreneur. So if you are ready to think bigger, take the next step. I think real estate is the key to your financial transformation. Again, join me tonight for the free masterclass, Multiply Your Wealth. And together we will unlock the strategies and tools you need to create financial independence beyond your business. Thank you for getting real with me today. Let's get real, think bigger, and stay real. See you next time.